Everybody, welcome to another episode of Unparalleled Sports Talk with your host, Kwame Fisher Jones. As always, I am him. And today is our sports betting show. I got to think of a name for Unparalleled Sports Talk goes into sports gambling, I guess. And I'm joined by my man, Smoke Freezy, on all social media platforms. Damon Furby. What's good, D?
Hey man, how's it going, bro? I made some money on the Seattle Seahawks is the word.
Did you?
So yeah, I did. And I was, two times this year I made some money on the Seahawks. So I
Okay.
don't think they're gonna we'll see what happens this week. What's good
I
with you though,
stay
brother?
away. Go ahead, my bad. What'd you say?
What's good with you?
Man, I stay away from divisional games, right? And I do an NFL show on Tuesday nights with Chris Franklin. And
Shout out to Chris.
I actually really loved the Giants this week. I think you and I talked about that earlier this week. I love the Giants. The
Oh,
line
that's
started
another
out at
that's enough. I won money on that game too.
the line started out at 8, and I said, no way the Cowboys win that game by 8.
Yeah.
No way on a short week. Then it went down to 7, and then it capped out at about 5.5. Giants lost by 5. So
Right.
it
Which
was like, and
still is a winner.
still is a win. So, but I
Yeah.
got a rule. I stay away from divisional games. So it's unpredictable. I don't like to touch them. So, but this week we got some tough ones. I'm gonna start
Now
out
hold
with
on. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of on the roll with the Seahawks and then the Giants the other day. So feeling good.
I stayed away from the Seahawks this week. That Seahawks Lions game was too close for comfort for me. I couldn't touch it. But a game, speaking of too close, but I don't think it's gonna be this close. Right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a 2-point favorite over the Indianapolis Colts. Game is in
Mm.
Indianapolis. I love the Steelers to annihilate that line. It's a layup. I love Pittsburgh in the layup. Pittsburgh is 3-0. They've won. They've won their 3 games by 8 points. Beating Atlanta by 8 points in Atlanta. They beat Denver by 7, and then they beat the Chargers by 10. Everyone's darling the Chargers by 10. So no
Okay.
way in the world Anthony Richardson, who is all headlines and no all headlines, all sizzle. What is it? All steak, no sizzle.
They haven't won a game all year, have they?
I
The
don't know if the
Colts.
Colts have or haven't, but I know they're not going to beat Steelers. And I believe I
I'm with
actually
you.
no,
I'm with you.
I actually think the Colts are like 0-3. I don't know. I could double check it. But Pittsburgh is only allowing like 8 points a game. It's like it's some ridiculous number. It's like 8 points a game.
They
They're
always been
playing
solid defensively.
Anthony Richards is 6 interceptions, 2 fumbles
Mm,
lost in 3 games. So
mm,
I don't know
mm.
why this game is a 2-pointer, but yeah, I love the Steelers this week.
Yeah,
They've only
yeah.
allowed they're only allowing like 70 yards a game, 71 yards a game on the ground.
Justin
And
Fields is balling.
but Jonathan Taylor is all the Colts have. And Steelers aren't giving up anything on the ground. So it looks like it's going to be a long, drawn out game. Pittsburgh wins. I like Pittsburgh to win by at least 10, but I love them. Love them to cover that 2 point, that two
Oh yeah,
point,
I'm with you. I'm
two
with
point
you on
favorite.
that for sure.
So what you got? What's your layup for
I,
the
I'm I was looking at the Eagles game this
Oh
week,
no.
and
Oh
I'm trying
no.
to think that they
Oh
always
no.
get brutalized by Tampa Bay, and the Eagles are 2-point favorite, I believe.
Yeah, Flip. I'll check and see what
Mm.
Flip has them as right now.
Is
I'll
that
double check it right now.
yeah?
I
Or one
actually
and a half?
I know the line is going down. Yeah, I was about to say I know the line's going down. You're not going to touch that game, are you? Yeah, they're a 1.5 point favorite. No AJ Brown, no Devontae Smith.
Uh,
No.
am I touching the game?
So
I'm not with bread. I don't think I'm gonna touch with bread, but definitely doing the prop bets on the parlay. You feel
you're
me?
going to do the
So that
prop bets. So you're not going to bet the game. You're just going to do the prop bets.
yeah, that's it.
So what prop bets you got for this one?
We
We're going
got
to get to that
Sa-
later in the show, but we can do it now.
okay. We got Saquon Barkley, one
Okay.
touchdown.
I can see
Saquon
that.
Bar-
I definitely think he gets to one touchdown.
Saquon Barkley rushing for over 100 yards,
I don't see that.
over 101 yards.
I don't see that.
I picked that because they don't have AJ Brown. They're gonna have to use a lot of the running game
Mm-hmm.
to compete with these jokers. So and
Yeah, but
Saquon Barkley is that dude. He is the
yeah,
truth.
he's balling. But here's the thing: this is not a game that's going to be a Saquon Barkley 3 yards, 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 79 yards, 3 yards. This is going to be a 3 yard, 3 yard, 3 yard. Because the fact that you don't have A.J. Brown, the fact that you don't have Devontae Smith, the fact that Saquon has played so well, Tampa Bay, conversely, is looking at that and expecting that. So if you're talking about 9 in the box, they're going to have like 10 in the box. They're going to force Ross and Pat Reed on the corner and, Jalen and Goddard to make plays. So the Eagles have to be patient, which Sirianni isn't.
Well,
The Eagles are going to have to be smart, which Sirianni isn't. I don't like this game at all. As an Eagles fan, I'm going to
the
sit
thing
back and
is,
listen to it, but I don't
yeah,
like
I
it
mean,
at
I,
all.
I see what you're saying, but I feel like the Eagles have a better. The Eagles are nice. Period. Jalen Hurts, he's the truth. The O line gets busy. We saw that last week.
That game's
Your
in Tampa,
man,
right?
your man Saquon Barkley. All he's got to do is just get that little small crease, and he's going to go. He's going to take it to the end zone.
Yeah.
So I see that happening just like how it happened in the last game. That's why I see him going over 100 yards. Like he's going to break out. He's going to have a long one. He's going to
What's
have
the
a
other
bunch of
prop bet you got? You got another prop bet for this game?
Santana Dotson, one
Ooh,
touchdown.
ooh.
Santana Dotson,
Dipset,
one
dipset.
touchdown.
And that's for this game?
Dotson, yeah, one touchdown.
Yeah, I don't
And
like it.
Jalen Hurts throws him the
Okay.
touchdowns. So that's it for the prop bets.
So the
You
prop
know,
bet has to be Hurts to Dotson or just Hurts for a touchdown?
Hurts for a touchdown, yeah. So,
I,
but
I,
who else
I
is
like
going to throw him
Hurts.
a touchdown?
I like Jalen. If
So
they
that's the
win this
four prop
game,
bets.
yeah, that's a I hope you don't put money on
600,
that
600, 600 in a parlay. Let's go.
one. Ooh, damn, it's
Let's
gonna be in the
go.
whole 600 this week.
No,
Six
I'm not.
large.
That's what I win. 600, $40 for the prop bet.
Yeah, I know you're gonna be all right. I should say the whole damn gonna be missing 600. He never got because I don't see
No,
that happening. They do win
no,
though.
no,
It'll be
just root
Jalen.
for me.
It'll be a Jalen game. Saquon catching a touchdown is more likely than him rushing for a touchdown.
No, Saquon gets busy. He's going to get 100+ yards. Easy
If
work.
Billy
He's
B or
going to
Mike
get big
Vrabel was
yards.
if Billy B or Mike Vrabel were coaching the Eagle teams, I'd like it. But you got Sirianni, no reason to go for it on fourth down out there. I just yeah,
You
exactly.
can't change a moron. You can't outdo moron.
You can't.
I'm sorry.
You can't outthink a non-thinking man. Like
And that's
and
what we do with
Sirianni,
this junkie.
Sirianni is not thinking. All right. So speaking of an underperforming coach, or going from an underperforming coach to go to an allegedly underperforming player. So the Rams are playing the Bears. The Bears.
The
And Caleb
bees.
Williams is allegedly struggling. I
What
do
happened to
not
your
see
man,
a
Devontae or Swift? DeAndre
Deontay
Swift.
Smith. Yeah.
He
Well,
benched that man.
the Bears are like they're in the bottom half of the league in rushing. Like 20, what they're no, they're last in the league in rush yards. Look, it's not about talent with the Bears, it's about coaching. It was always one of the worst coaches in the NFL. Period. Point blank, period. Talent only matters when you have coaching. Coaching only matters when you have talent. He's got the talent, he's not getting it done. I don't think Caleb is struggling, but I definitely think he's losing because Ibersol is awful, and the offense in Chicago is downright insulting. They're one of the worst offenses in the NFL. Period. They're averaging 17 points a game in a passing league. They're one of the worst passing teams in the bottom half. I want to say 20. They're in the 20s in a passing league with one of the best young players in the game. You mentioned Smith, one of their prize free agent acquisitions. They are 31st in rushing with him. They're a bad offensive football team. The Rams ain't much better, but they got a veteran quarterback in Stafford.
Albert
And they've
Stafford.
got a Super Bowl winning coach. They got a Super Bowl winning coach in McVay. I actually like the Rams to win this game, but at the very least, I'm going to pick them to cover. The spread is something like I want to say Flip's got it at 2.5. Let me double check that. before I say that because I know it changes by the second. Yeah, it's the Rams game is at, let's see, Los Angeles Rams. So the Rams spread right now. Cliff's got it at 3. I love the Rams to cover. I love the Rams to cover. I actually think they'll win, but I definitely love them to cover that. That's if
Three.
the Bears win that game, it'll be by a late field goal. And it'll be like a 2-point win. And I don't like the Bears to win that game at all, even though it's at home.
Mm.
What's your second pick?
I was going to say that.
Oh,
San Diego, LA Chargers.
that's the LA Rams. I
What you
got you.
said.
It's cool.
What
Yeah.
you said.
So you got the Rams covering, or you got the Rams winning?
Yeah, the Rams covering.
Or take the Rams in the points.
We're laying 3 points. 3.
Yeah, that's a Stafford's got to be worth 7 points by himself. Stafford's got to be worth 7 points by himself. I don't like the Bears at all this year. I didn't like them in the preseason. Bad coaching is evident. It's like bad coaching is like bad fish. You smell it in the bag. It gets worse when you unwrap it. And then when you fry it, it just gets straight nauseating. Bad coaches, you see it in practice. You see it early in player preparation. And then during the game, it's just downright nauseating. That's bad coaching. Bad coaching is like bad fish. And Ebersol stinks. He's rotten.
I like the analogy. That was well said.
But Ebersol he stinks on the sidelines right now. And it's obvious. All right, so my final game, I got to give a little context here.
I may have to lay some money down on that to chart the Rams, the LA Rams.
It's easy money. That and the Steelers, those are 2 layups. That's 2 layups.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
just take the Rams and the points. Don't take them to win the game because you never know. But take them with the points. They definitely are going to cover that. I've ripped this team and this player and this coach since I've had a mic in my hand. But the Buffalo Bills are arguably the best team in football right now. And Josh Allen.
I try to hate on him too.
Josh Allen, along with Saquon Barkley, is easily in the MVP conversation. So they've got a team that needs to be taken out the pasture. And they're going into this game. It's a primetime game. And this is the end of the Baltimore Ravens in this game. I like Buffalo to win this game outright. Buffalo was a 2.5-point dog. Flips got him at a 2.5-point dog. I like Buffalo to win this game. I'm picking them to win this game. Josh Allen right now is hit. He hasn't done an interception all season.
Where is it at? Buffalo?
No, the game is in Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't thrown an interception all season. The Ravens are last in passing yards allowed in the NFL, which, in considering that they played the Raiders and the Cowboys, says a lot. Think about that. They're the worst passing defense statistically in the NFL, and they played Gardner Minshew in Dakota. So they ain't played like they played Patrick Mahomes, but it wasn't like they've had 2 games to eliminate whatever yards Patrick Mahomes went up against. So that says a lot. You know, like I said, Josh Allen leads the NFL in passer rating. Hasn't thrown an interception. He's hot. The Ravens,
he's balling.
The Ravens are not. Lamar Jackson doesn't.
Definitely.
They signed Derrick Henry.
Yeah, all he does is run the football.
And they let the Cowboys back in the game last week. Yeah,
they let them back in the game last week.
You know, I'm picking the Bills to win this game outright. 2.5 points. I'm not comfortable with that cut. I'm not comfortable with that spread. And like I said, Josh Allen is hibachi right now. He's hibachi 2.0.
I say you go with it over Baltimore Ravens because I don't believe in them. I don't. Lamar Jackson, he's missing for me, bro. I mean, he doesn't throw the football like that. It seems like he's running around a lot all the time, just like, I'm just going to take off. And that's not how you win.
It feels like it's run its course in Baltimore. And
Right.
you're looking at a team right now that has probably been last year was their shot. It didn't come to. It's kind of like what's going on in Philly with Embiid. It's just run its course.
Mm,
You've gotten as
mm,
far as you're getting with him, and at this point, you're holding on to the relationship for the kids. Like
mm,
it's time for the Ravens to cut. And it's not because it's not them, it's not him, it's not but it's just at this point it's over with. And if you want
it's
to
it's
maximize
it's
Lamar
reached its peak.
Jackson, you got to bring in a new head coach. You got to bring in a fresh philosophy. You got to bring in fresh voices. And if you're going to keep Harbaugh and Jackson together, you'll keep. You would have. It would have been safe bet to say, okay, you're going to make it to the NFC to the AFC title game. But this year, I don't see it happen. And with the Bengals struggling, Browns looking like,
0-3.
yeah, the table's set for them to get up with Pittsburgh. But I don't think they've got it. They got the horses, just not the jockey. And I don't know if it's Jackson. I don't know if it's Harbaugh, but it's definitely something. I don't know what, but it's something. And dude, Buffalo's next. Like it's way around it. Josh Allen is next this year.
I
And
try to hate on him.
I ain't trying to
This
hate on
season,
him.
I
I just
try to
call
hate
it
on
like
him.
I see it. I'm calling it like I see it. But
I
I'm calling
know.
it right now like I see it. He's nice. He's doing his
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know,
He's pretty good.
he
He's pretty cute.
he's out there. He's throwing passes a lot. He's making
Okay.
plays a lot.
Scoring touchdowns a lot.
You can't just overlook that. You can't just overlook that. So I like Buffalo to jump on that, and I like Buffalo to win that outright. And 2.5 point dog is like, dude, just take the points. But no,
Uh-huh.
I'm sending a message to to the 16 viewers we have that
Let, let,
I'm good
let
on
me
them
ask you
streets.
this though, real quick. I mean, this is the game that I thought was going to be the NFC South is the Falcons
I know you were going with this one. I know you were
and
going with this one.
the Saints. The Saints at the Falcons.
Mm-hmm. And
What are
for
we
those who
what are we
don't
doing
know,
about that?
the Saints and the Falcons are rivals, much like I'm trying
Eagles
to think
and
of
the
Eagles and the
Giants.
Cowboys and
Yeah.
Eagles and the Giants. They are rivals. Those fans go at each other. It's a big game down there. Um, New Orleans has got the storm going on a little bit. So,
Mm.
they probably got out of there early, so they're going to get to Atlanta. And New Orleans looked bad against the Eagles defense last year, but I said this to Chris, and I'm saying the same thing to you. I actually think the Eagles defense has arrived. I don't think it was an aberration. Because you look at what happened with the Falcons,
They
the drive there.
arrived.
Yeah, I think the Eagles defense is legit. I think they're legit.
I do too.
And the drive with the
Jalen Carter.
Falcons, Kirk Cousins kind of caught lightning in a bottle because it was, the Eagles were in a shell defense, kind of like a bend don't break type situation. That happens. We've seen teams do that. But they're going to
Mm.
frustrate Baker Mayfield next week. Huff is a disaster, but they can scheme around him apparently, and hopefully
He's
they go back and get
bad.
it. You know,
He needs to be off the football field.
but you
He's
knew that was going
terrible.
to happen. But going back to the Saints,
They bring back Hassan Reddick. It's all good. Like we're
I
gonna
would love to
hoop
see
with.
it. But going back to the Saints, Alvin Kamara is probably, he was on pace to be in the MVP conversation, and then he hit a rough spot last week.
Yeah. Jalen
I don't.
Carter.
Kirk Cousins has been okay this year. I don't see anything to get excited about. The Falcons don't win that game in Philly. They're 0-3,
Mm.
and I like the Saints there. I'm not putting any money in it. I'm not putting it in my because I stay away from divisional games. You know my rule, and I stay with that rule. But if you're asking me, if you're pulling a training day on me, I'm definitely gonna go with the Saints in that game. I like the Saints, and I like the Saints by a touchdown.
See, I don't like Derek Carr. I'd rather go with Cousins.
What do you rank
Carr.
Cousins over Carr? What do you see in Cousins that you don't see in Carr?
Well, I mean, maybe not so much now, but I know Cousins is gritty. He could get gritty on them, as he did a lot of times when he played the Eagles and when he was with the Vikings. But maybe I'm grading Cousins for like a few years back. At this point, I don't even know if he's got anything left in the tank. You know what I mean? But Derek Carr, I feel the same way. And when the Eagles was playing them, I was like, the best thing the Eagles got is Derek Carr is playing against them because I don't think he's good at all.
Well, I don't dislike Derek Carr. I don't dislike Kirk Cousins. I actually like Kirk Cousins. I was one of his biggest defenders. I feel like a
Yeah,
guy that goes out and
Cousins
wins.
gritty.
Yeah, a guy that goes out and wins anywhere between 9 and 10 games a year, has you in the playoff hunt. Everybody can't be in the Super Bowl, but I felt like Kirk Cousins was a good guy. I will say this: I don't think Kirk Cousins lasts the season. I don't. I stand 10
Or
toes
he's about
down
to
on Atlanta
retire.
not winning 9 games. No, I just think that Penix is going to take over and Atlanta's going to be out of the playoff hunt earlier than people expect. I liked the Falcons, but I didn't like them to win 9 games. And
Hold up,
expectations were too high.
did Christian McCaffrey retire?
No, he is on AIR with San Francisco. He's had some Achilles calf injury problems. San Francisco's spiraling right now. San Francisco's got who does San Fran have this week? I don't know who they have this week offhand, but they're struggling right now. They're 1-2, and they lost in a barn burner to the Rams. Rams came back, kicked a late field goal, and won that game. Yeah, McCaffrey's hurt, Debo's hurt. So San Francisco's struggling right now. San Francisco's another team where it's run its course. And now you got Ayuk and Brock Purdy and Trent Williams kind of lined up as your future. McCaffrey, Debo are there. Bosa are there for your Super Bowl hopes, but Arizona's not a long-term threat. The Rams, Seattle is 3-0 right now, but does anyone believe that? And I like Geno, but does anyone believe Geno's going to lead that team to 12 wins? No. Does anyone believe that the 49ers have a shot or are dead in the water? No. So that division is pretty cut and dry for the 49ers. They can rebuild on the fly. But what do you have on the Saints? So you don't like Carson, you're going with the Falcons.
Yeah, I like Bijan Robinson though. He's a
I'm not a
beast.
Bijan Robinson fan. And a lot of people keep telling me
How?
that. I don't think he's a
The
bad.
guy is a
Hold on.
beast.
Great question. I don't think he's a bad player. I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan.
I'm not a fan of any of these guys, man.
Oh no, I'm a fan of Justin Fields. I'm a fan of Caleb Williams. I'm a fan of
They all right, but they cool. But a fan, I don't know.
now I'm a fan of Lamar
That
Jackson.
means you wear his jersey.
Well, doesn't it just means that you root for the guy and you're gonna watch him if he's on?
Well, you
You
could root
know?
for him without him being a fan. A fan is something else.
Nah, I'm a fan of a lot of players. I'm a fan of Jordan Love and Malik Willis. I'm slowly
All right.
gag me with a spoon. I'm about to say this. Slowly becoming a Josh Allen fan. I'm a fan of Patrick Mahomes. So, but I'm slowly becoming a Josh Allen fan, man. And I don't want to. I don't want to. But I watched that Arizona game, bro. I watched that Arizona game. And he balled out. He balled out. He carried them to.
Okay.
He reminds me a lot of Donovan McNabb. He reminds me a lot of Donovan McNabb. And,
That's
I
interesting because I
and
don't
I
see the game at all. Donovan McNabb wasn't that good in my opinion.
yeah, I know you don't like Donovan McNabb, but the explosion, the playmaking, the ability to carry an underwhelming offense, those are Donovan McNabb traits. Now, with that said, you know, you look at what Andy Reid was able to do with Patrick Mahomes, and you wonder if he would have been able to do that if he didn't have Donovan McNabb. He saw the importance of letting a player. He saw the importance of decision making and having a guy that was going to be fearless and liked by his teammates. The further we get away from the Eagles, the more we're learning that players didn't like Donovan McNabb. And that's,
Right.
that played a role in that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Josh Allen
Right.
reminds me a lot of Donovan McNabb on the field. I don't know if players like Josh Allen or not, but on the
Right.
field, the
That's
playmaking
irrelevant.
the ability to make something out of nothing. That's something Donovan was always able to do. I remember Tom
Ah,
Jackson. You don't want to say that, but when Todd Pinkston, James Thrash, and Chad Lewis were his weapons, I mean, think about that, dude. They were in the NFC title game every year with those guys. When he got Terrell Owens, he was in the Super Bowl. When he
fair.
got Deshaun Jackson, he was, and look, Donovan's
You
career in
make it seem like I
Philadelphia,
don't like him
like,
like that, but I don't like him because he never won the big game for us.
yeah, I understand that.
He was
And
always in there, like was always he was good, but he never finished the job. That's why I don't like him. And plus, why'd he throw the interception to Bruce King?
I'm
Why?
not going to revisit the struggles, the trials, and tribulations of Donovan McNabb. Josh
Okay, you're
Allen
right.
reminds me of that.
You're gonna send me off on the wrong road. We're not trying to go there right now.
Josh Allen reminds me of that. And if I am Buffalo Bill fans, you should be excited about this season. You should be excited because they have a look about them. And with Baltimore falling off the cliff, with the Bengals showing their true colors, you know,
The
um,
Dolphins.
I was just about to say Tua, probably on his way out of football. The only team that looks like they could be a legitimate threat to the Kansas City Chiefs right now in the AFC is Baltimore.
Is the
Now, maybe Pittsburgh does
Well,
something, but the fact remains that yeah, I
you said Baltimore?
not Baltimore, Buffalo. Excuse me,
Oh
Buffalo,
no, yeah, Buffalo.
Buffalo. Thank you for that because I did say Baltimore. I meant Buffalo. Real quick, real fast. So you got the Peakers and the Vikings. Scuttlebutt is
What's your
Jordan
take on
Love
the
returns.
Vikings
I love Brian Flores, what he's doing with that defense. You have to give Kevin O'Connell credit as a head coach for
defensively?
what he's getting out of Sam Darnold. But the Vikings
Hmm.
defensively, they give fits to teams. And you know what? Them beating the 49ers was telling that, they're a legit team and sitting at 3-0. Now, everyone keeps giving Darnold the credit, and that's fine. You can give Sam Darnold the credit. I don't have any problems with that. But I really like
Sam
the
Darnold.
Packers. When I watched the Packers play the Eagles, I saw a really good football team on both
Uh-huh.
sides. But I thought they
Uh-huh.
were the Packers. And what Matt LaFleur has been able to do as far as scheming guys open. People keep talking about they don't have big playmakers on the outside. Being able to scheme guys open, Josh Jacobs at running back, the Packers are a legit team. I believe they roll with the Vikings, but I also on the flip side that the Vikings are here to say the Vikings will be a playoff team this year with Darnold at cornerback, with quarterbacks.
Okay.
I like the Dolphins to be a good, but I was just curious on your thoughts on the game. I'm not going to touch it as far as my three, but that's a game that I would sit and watch if Malik Willis was playing. Not that I don't like Jordan Love, but I'm a big Malik Willis fan. I love seeing black quarterbacks get a second shot. So,
So
yeah, I actually like the Packers to win that game. What do you got?
see, I don't know about Malik Willis, but you told me that he's pretty good, and I don't know anything about these guys beyond that. I do like J Lo. I like the running back on the Packers, and
Tough call for you.
yeah, all I really know about the Vikings is their defense is good.
The defense is good. Darnold has played well. They've got Justin
And Donald, I
Jefferson.
don't have a lot of faith in that brother, man. It's
Well, they got Justin
Jefferson.
Jefferson. The guy the Eagles
Yes,
passed on for. Was it not Aguilar? I
uh,
Ray. What was the guy's name? The wide receiver.
Raygor, Raygor,
What's his name? I know he's not on the team anymore.
Raygor.
Dark skin Jermaine. That's his name. All right,
That's
so
not his name.
dark skin. What's his name? Damn, can you remember his name? Dark skin Jermaine. That's his name.
Yo, you know his name.
Dark skin
Yeah,
Jermaine. That's what his name. That's it for this episode of Unparalleled
Raygor.
Sports Talk.
Oh man, that
Wow.
fun. The time is going by so fast when you're having fun. So
Yeah.
I hope that we can make some money, hit it big tomorrow with the games. We're gonna lay down tomorrow, and we'll have fun either way.
Take those Rams, take those Steelers, take those Bills. You'll be a happy camper. You'll be able to take your girl to Olive Garden. Cheese on everything. That's it for this episode of Unparalleled Sports Talk. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever your podcast platform allows you to do. He's Smoke Freezy. I'm Kwame Fisher-Jones. Until next time, we appreciate you
Yeah.
here, airing your time. Be easy.